Hello, and welcome to A Word of Hope. I'm Brother Joe Trout, coming to you for Monday of the 22nd week in Ordinary Time, or Labor Day. Happy holidays. Our readings today continue this path with St. Paul and the Corinthians of pondering folly and wisdom. Wisdom that is revealed in Christ and the cross, and the folly of mere human pursuit of knowledge, of human grasping at the world. Not that we shouldn't think and try to understand, but a sense of our limitations. This comes across in a different way in the gospel, that Jesus has gone back to his home and proclaims that the kingdom of God is here, what the people have been longing for, what God has been building up towards throughout his whole history with his people. It's here, right now. And they can't see it. Their vision of reality is too small, it's too narrow to accept what is right before their eyes. And here we see that old connection between pride and foolishness and humility and wisdom. That the proud, who misunderstand their place in the world, that think too highly of my own ideas, my own perception, my own conviction of how all things must be, that stops you from understanding how things really are. But humility, that grasp of myself exactly as I am, as a small piece of the universe that once did not exist and does not have a vision of all things, of something that is deeply loved and cherished, a life that is important and valuable, but is also still just a piece of the whole. That humility helps us to be taught, to see things as they really are. We get that in the psalm response today, that love of the Lord's commands is a guide to wisdom. The love of the law helps us to really understand what the world is like, how it works, who I am, what I'm made to be, and what will actually bring me to happiness and flourishing, how we can be in communion with each other. Now, in recent history, and many other times in history, there's been a sort of sentiment of law is evil, it's oppressive, it's just kind of weighing us down, and a sort of spiritual libertarianism. Certainly law can become oppressive and can go too far. Human-made laws can go way too far at times. But the goodness of law itself comes in that recognition of there's a pattern, there's a design to all things that God has made, and I don't actually know it all the time. That I don't have perfect sense of how things ought to be and how to love another person. And God's law teaches me how to do that. That many things about, the moral evils of gossip are not always apparent right away, but yet that's all throughout the Old Testament. How much it harms a community, how much it destroys how we interact with one another. Now, the greatest revelation of God's wisdom, of God's eternal design of the universe, of the eternal law, comes in Jesus Christ, the cross, his revelation of love. And the challenge for us always is to see in our littleness how important it is to learn from Christ, to ponder his cross, and to ponder over and over again what we can discover about ourselves in this world from being taught, from looking again. So I encourage you to take some time today to reflect on your place in this world and the ways that you can discover more what God has designed for our good and for our flourishing, from his eternal love for us. Have a wonderful day, enjoy the holiday, and God bless.